Colossians chapter 3 verses 1 to 5, and 9 to 11. Seek what is above, where Christ is. Brothers and sisters, if you were raised with Christ, seek what is above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Think of what is above, not of what is on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ your life appears, then you too will appear with him in glory. Put to death, then, the parts of you that are earthly, immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and the greed that is idolatry. Stop lying to one another, since you have taken off the old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed, for knowledge, in the image of its Creator. Here there is not Greek and Jew, circumcision and uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, slave, free. But Christ is all and in all. Paul was an apostle but not one of the original 12. A disciple is one who is a student, an apostle is one who has learned the lessons and has been sent out to give those same lessons to others. Paul became a disciple on the road to Damascus. In time he learned the lessons taught by Jesus and the other apostles. Once he had learned the lessons, he was sent forth by God to preach the gospel. In our modern world we continue to follow the same procedure. We take young men who feel the Lord calling them and send them to the seminary where they will study with apostles or ordained priests. Once the studying is completed, they are commissioned or ordained by a bishop and sent forth into the world to teach and practice the gospel of the Lord. Every priest can trace their priestly lineage back to the upper room. What is a Scythian? The word is a generalized term for rude, ignorant, and used to degrade the nomadic tribes who lived mostly north of the Black and Caspian Sea. At the time of this writing, they were considered to be a people of low intelligence with a primitive civilization. Paul tells us the Colossians are more advanced than the Scythians. He asks us to look as high as the heavens to gain perspective for our earthly endeavors. Dan Jansen was an Olympic gold medal speed skater, who wanted to win the 1988 gold in the Winter Games as a memorial to his sister Jane, who had died of leukemia just a few days before the Games. Dan overcame adversity and kept on seeking the gold for Jane. He tells a story of losing a race when he was 12. He brooded about the loss until he was in bed and his dad came in to say good night. Dad said, "Son, life is more than skating in circles," and walked out. Jansen said that one comment changed his whole perspective on life. The drudgery of the same old routines can make life seem like we are skating in circles. With an earthbound perspective, life really is little more than skating in circles. The repetitive cycles of diapers and dishes, gaining and losing ground can seem ordinary and very tedious. Changing that diaper is a demonstration of God's love towards His children by providing what they need when they need it. As you can see, our ordinary activities can be infused with a spiritual significance. In 1994, Dan Jansen and his 9-month-old daughter, who was named Jane, skated the Olympic gold victory lap in memory of Jane, his sister. Dan continued to live in the world after his 1988 loss. He continued to focus on his earthly goal of winning the gold for his deceased sister, but he also moved on with his normal life. There was a routine of school, workouts, a marriage, and children. His goal not only had a spiritual significance for those around him but more importantly for Dan and his family when God granted him the grace of victory. Yes, we must focus on our day-to-day lives, but as Paul points out, our long-term goal is to be with God when He comes in His glory. Our ordinary and tedious tasks may be a diaper, a job, or a strained relationship. We may feel like we are skating in circles, but we need to set our sights on our everlasting goal of winning the gold and being with the Father in heaven.